Hello and welcome back to this channel. It's odd that you would see me and it's not been 6 months since my last video, but miracles do happen. As you have seen from the title of this video, I am going to be embarking on the Artist's Way. This will be my second time doing the Artist's Way. And it works. I think it works. Now, before we get into a little more bullet point type of things, if you want to do this alongside me, I do want to say you don't have to be an artist or consider yourself an artist or want to be an artist in order to partake in this. I took up the Artist's Way because I was willing to try anything to get myself to make a very specific move that I had been trying to make for like 6+ months probably at the point where I was at. Like, does that make sense? Okay, so I started the Artist's Way round 1, August 1st, and it's 12 weeks, around 3 months. I told myself that the goal was to start on that thing that I had been stuck on. That was my only goal. If the Artist's Way could get me to start on that thing, then I was going to sing its praises. Now, I was thinking by the end of the 12 weeks, maybe I'll finally be ready and I will do it. By week 8, I did it. So to me, I was like, okay, the Artist's Way works. I'm convinced the Artist's Way works. So this is week 0. This means that my week 1, day 1 won't be until a week from today. Today being Friday, May 1st. So my week 1 will not start until Friday, May 8th. Okay? So if you want to be doing it at the same time that I'm doing it, that's going to be our first day. I wanted to have like a week 0 just so I can talk about my experience, thoughts, etc. And then also maybe let you guys know what you may need if you want to use it. And also to give you time to read ahead so that you don't feel like it's day 1, week 1, and you're going to fall behind if you don't finish reading the assigned reading before the first, second, or third day. Because it can start kind of like, how should I say, piling up. It can start piling up with certain weeks, with certain tasks, because not every week has the same tasks, okay? Now, I didn't want to do a full run through on how this works because I feel like it's a lot, but maybe I could kind of like gloss over it a little bit. So the way the Artist's Way works is, like I said, it's 12 weeks long. Week 1 through week 12, no matter what happens, you're required to do 2 things. During the entire time, every day, you have to do morning pages. 3 pages in the morning, stream of consciousness type of stuff. Although it doesn't have to be. The other requirement is every week, you must take yourself on an artist date. And this artist date is a solo date. No company. No buddies with you. It's just you and your inner child, your inner artist, your inner child artist. Okay? And the definitions of all these are obviously in the book. So that's why I'm just kind of like boom, 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 boom. Aside from those things, each week you have to read that week's chapter, which has a separate topic, title, whatever. And then within those pages, you will have sometimes assigned journaling. And then at the end, you will have, and exercises. And at the end, you will have a list of tasks that you have to complete. And then you'll also have to do like a summary. So it can become a lot if you're not allocating the time every week to do these things. And that's why I think week 0 is important, so you can create time in your schedule to do these things, especially if you're a parent and you have a lot of other responsibilities apart from your 9 to 5 or whatever other obligations that you may have, right? Okay, so let's talk about supplies. Obviously, you know this is a book, so you can purchase the book, you can get it on an ebook, you can also get it in an audiobook format. I recommend that you get the paper one just because it feels more artsy. That sounded so stupid. But and you don't have to decorate yours, but I did because I just thought it was so ugly. So I marked up my shit. Like, I marked it up, I highlighted, I wrote in it. Like, I wanted it to look ran through, basically. I wanted it to look used and abused. I wanted it to look like I lived with this book. I was actually very aggressive about how much I wanted to do every single little tiny suggestion, task, etc., when I was doing the artist's way. I ended up becoming a lot less insane about it towards the end, but I was just like, the artist's way is going to get me to do that thing that I need to do. I know it is, and it did. It worked. But maybe it also worked because I believed that it would, right? There's that. But anyways, materials. The book. Number 1, something to write with. Number 2, something to write on. Number 3. Those are mainly the things that you need. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think you need anything else. Now I'm going to show you my journals. So this is my very first one. She looks chunky now because she's full, obviously. And it took me 6 weeks to fill this one and 6 weeks to fill this one. So for me, the entire artist way took 2 of these journals. Now, the way that I did it, because I'm telling you, I didn't want to cut any corners. Instead of using 3 pages, because I got a smaller journal, I actually made myself do 6 pages. So I did 1, 2, 3. And if I did more, that was like extra credit. And if there were any tasks, sometimes I would also add the tasks in here, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, I was trying to like log everything in here, every little thought that I had about the tasks, about what I had to do, how the artist dates went. I did that. Now, when I got to the second half or like later on in the artist way, I didn't document as diligently, but I still kept up with my morning pages. And I think the entire time, maybe I missed 1 day of writing. Like, I'm telling you, I was insane with it. I want to leave you with the structure of how I'm going to be doing this. So every week, I'm going to try my damn best to upload a video on day 1 of that week. So this is week 0, day 1. And I will be uploading another video for week 1, day 1. Now the structure is going to go like this. So for my week 1, day 1 video, I'm going to be reviewing week 0, which is how I got along the week prior to actually starting this, gathering my supplies, preparing myself, setting up a schedule or time blocks where I was going to do the things. So for week 0, what I would recommend you do is you read, starting from the introduction and reading all of week 1. And that's kind of a good amount of pages, but it's also like it's got big letters, right? So you can breeze through it. You can do it. But yeah, it's a little bit over 40 pages. So giving you a whole week to do that so that by the time it's week 1, day 1, you can start doing your tasks already and not feel like you're falling behind with those, because you're going to have to start that journaling habit and then you're going to have to plan and set up that artist date for yourself. I think that that's the best way to approach this. So week 0 assignment is to just get the book, get the supplies, and if you can, read all of that intro stuff as well as week 1. So you could start figuring out how you're going to do it and you don't feel so rushed when the week 1, day 1 actually arrives. Okay, back to the structure. So week 1, day 1 video, which is a week from today, will be me reviewing those pages, my thoughts, commentary, whatever, and maybe how I'm planning on doing some of those tasks, how I'm planning on whatever, tackling it all. And if you decide to join me with this, I wish you the best of luck, and try to hold me accountable, because this is going to be a wild ride. I can already tell. It's going to be very tight with my schedule and trying to do the artist way. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Bye.